Hi, this is 8-Bit Jeff here. Today, this is the second part of our Atari ST Boulder Dash Construction Kit series, and today we are going to make a thing. Let's make a thing! Let's make a thing! Yeah! We are going to construct something with Boulder Dash Construction Kit. Something I don't know that much about. I was never a huge Boulder Dash fan. I've seen a lot of levels that you can play online for the Atari 8-bit, never really any for the ST. So quickly we're going to go through the instruction manual and take a look at some of the things you can do, and then we are going to construct a level. So first thing with this is, I mentioned in the first episode about this cartoon. Let's take a little look at this comic strip, actually. The name's Rockford, and diamonds are my game. It ain't always easy. You spend half your life in the diamonds and half your life out of them. So I decided to do some research and started at the Cairo Museum of Diamond History. Looks like I came to the right place. Check out these glass cases. Sure, they turn into diamonds, but these critters can turn you into mine dust too. And so it looks like there's things that can kill you, they're trying to show you. And this slimy stuff can multiply into a fortune or a fiasco. Wow, now we're talking diamonds. I'll just jot down and hop on the next plane to fame and fortune. It appears you have an interest in diamonds, young man. Most young miners do. They can then get rich quick and the like. Well, sometimes you can, but you have to do your homework. Every successful and not so successful miner has read the Ancient Miner's Handbook. Blah, blah, blah. They want you to read the instructions. Okay, so I just want to go quickly through how you construct a cave. I've done a little bit of this once and I lost what I was doing, so I'm going to start it again. You make a cave, and these are the pieces you have. You have boulders which fall. You have diamonds which you're trying to pick up. You have enchanted walls. You have regular walls. You have titanium walls. You have growing walls. You have extra Rockfords you can pick up. You have dirt that you can clean up. You have fireflies and butterflies. You have amoebas. You have slime. And you have hidden exit door, entrance. Okay. So that's your palette of objects. We'll see that in a little bit when we look at the Atari ST version. Let's now take a look at what we're going to try and build. And we'll keep this available to us. This is the Pac-Man dossier. So what we're going to do is we're going to build this Pac-Man maze, and we're going to make a kind of a Pac-Man game with Boulder Dash Construction Kit. The reason we're doing this is it gives us something to sort of emulate. Boulder Dash doesn't exactly play this way, but we can kind of make something that looks like it and try to emulate this maze. And the Pac-Man dossier is pacman.holenet.info. Holenet is H-O-L-E-N-E-T. This is a fantastic site. It tells you everything you need to know about Pac-Man if you're trying to make a Pac-Man style game. Okay, now on to the Atari ST emulator, and we are going to make a version of this game with Boulder Dash Construction Kit. I've put the disk into Atari, and I'm using the Atari emulator on the PC because it lets me lock with the Alt and M keys, lets me lock the mouse to the window. And this is a game that uses the mouse for designing things, and it's a lot simpler to have the mouse locked to the window because you will not lose your mouse control. Let's take a look. Let's load this up now. Boulder Dash Construction Kit. Boulder Dash Construction Kit. Okay, we're in Atari. This is the palette we were talking about before. So what you do is you click on Edit Cave. Let's see. Okay, enter a file name to load. I don't want to load anything. I want to go to M. Press M for your menu, and you can save your cave. Press F12. We go to floppy disks. I'm going to browse to a disk that I made to save these in. Okay. So I have a disk in here called Boulder Dash Creations, or I think we may have to format it, but we're going to do that right now. So my own disk is in here. Okay, so then what we want to do with disk options is we are going to format this disk Format the disk in drive A. So let me escape out and let's try to save the cave to disk A. We'll call this Jeff1. I think it saved it. Okay. So this is our palette, and we're going to go through this a little bit to talk about each one of these slightly, just so you could make something if you wanted to. You should download the instructions. The instructions are the instructions that are on Atari Mania aren't very good. I have the instructions because I purchased this, but you can the instructions for the Atari 8-bit and the Commodore 64 I found on archive.org. And those are the same instructions that you can use for the Atari ST version or the Atari 8-bit or the Commodore 64. Okay, so this is all controlled with the mouse buttons. It'd be better if you had the joystick. But the first one are rocks. Rocks fall down. So this is a game that has gravity, a little bit of physics in it. So you can't exactly make a Pac-Man game, but we're going to try. We're going to make something like it. You have rocks are number one. And then you have diamonds. These are things you want to pick up. When you pick up all the diamonds, you can exit the level. So you have rocks and then diamonds. And then the next are walls, but these are enchanted walls. So the blue one, and I can't use my arrow keys. Oh, I can. Can I use arrow keys? Yeah, the blue ones are enchanted walls. This wall turns boulders into diamonds and diamonds into boulders. This milling process can be set to last a specific length of time. Well, when constructing a cave, we don't need these for our version, for our Pac-Man game. Let's look for the next one. Regular walls. Use these walls to build paths, strongholds, and obstacles for creatures and diamonds. It can be destroyed by explosions. And then the next ones are titanium walls. They can't be destroyed at all. These are growing walls. The growing walls grow to fill holes. It's not useful in our game, but it could be useful in another game. This is an extra Rockford you can pick up. This is dirt that you crawl through. This makes the game kind of fun, a little like Dig Dug. In fact, we might make another level at some point that's a Dig Dug-like level. This is called Fireflies. So these are like, I think I don't know why they're called Fireflies. They're square. They destroy you. They land on you and explode. They don't really have anything like ghosts exactly, like Pac-Man, but we'll see. These are butterflies. They drop a boulder on them and they explode into diamonds, but I don't see them chasing you anywhere. Slime. Slimy gunk is permeable to boulders and diamonds so they can fall through them. When you're constructing a cave, you can set the time it takes for boulders and diamonds to fall through the slime. This is very complicated. And then these are amoebas. Amoebas is gooey stuff, can grow through dirt, can also be contained by walls or boulders. If suffocated within walls, it can turn into diamonds. Okay, these are slime, and then you have a hidden exit door, you have an exit door, you have an entrance door, and then you have some other lines you can create. You got some random stuff you can do. You have an eraser, and then you have some other icons you can use for timing and things. And then you have the C, the T, the M, and the N. Right now, just know that the M gets us to the menu. We can also press the M key. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to sketch out the beginning of the Pac-Man maze. So let's look at that again really quick. Again, here's the Pac-Man dossier site. And what we're going to try and do is construct this maze exactly like this. So I'm going to start up by showing the construction, and then I'll finish it up and we'll come back. And then we'll start trying to figure out how we make some of the gameplay elements out of this. So let's start with the maze, and I'll show you how you begin constructing. Okay, so let's move over to that now. All right, so on my other screen that you can't see, I have the Pac-Man dossier up, and we are going to start constructing. We'll use these titanium walls for everything for now, because Pac-Man, nothing happens to the walls. We'll just make this simple for this game, knowing that there is more that you can do. Okay, so we start out, and this mouse is a little touchy on this, It's a little bit more difficult to do this, but so we are going to look that in this corner here, we have, wow, this is really touchy. Okay, this corner here, oh, wow, it's very touchy. Let me see if I can, okay, we're gonna go like this. One, okay, wonder if I can. Okay, let's just, luckily we can move with the keyboard, which is great. Oh, damn, okay. We can move with the keyboard, which is good to know. Okay, so we have 4, and then we have a spot right here, which is open, and then we have 1, 2, 3, and we have 1, 2, 3. So normally in Pac-Man, right here, you're going to have, you know, a power pellet. But we don't have any power pellets in this. We do have Rockfords you can pick up, but I've tried this before and you can't, for some reason, can't pick up an extra Rockford going up and down. For now, we're just going to put a diamond there. So let's go over here and we'll pick diamond. And so basically, you're going to crawl through this entire thing, but you have to get the 4 power pellets to finish. So this is sort of how we're going to design this Pac-Man-like game. So let's put a diamond right there. Okay, so that's it. And we'll go back up to our walls. Okay, so we're making a very simple game with Boulder Dash Construction Kit. But, you know, once you have the instructions, you can make more different style of games. Let's see. So this one is actually a tall, like stalactite or stalagmite. I think stalactite comes down. And then we're over here so that it mirrors it on this side. And then we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. And what you can do if you press F, the F key, you can see the full thing, and you'll see that we have double the size that we need. So we may finish this out at some point, making 2 different mazes. Like one is the Pac-Man maze, and the second one is the Miss Pac-Man, and you have to go through a door to get there, which we'll probably do to make this fun. But right at the edge here, we have to put a wall, and I'll go back. But the height of this is exactly enough to make Pac-Man, which is really cool. So let's press F again. Okay, so we notice that if we go right here, we have to actually have a wall right here, because this is going to be the side of the maze. So if we do that, we need to actually put a diamond at the top like we did before. Okay. Put the diamond right there. So that's the 4th thing you have to collect. Okay, and so let's finish out part of, let's go down one side and finish it, and then I will finish it with offline and we'll show the whole thing. So the next thing we're going to do to make this Pac-Man maze is we're going to go down here, which is not easy to do, and we're going to, oh, diamond. We don't want a diamond there. We want a wall. Okay, and then you have an opening. So, you know, in Pac-Man, you have these openings you can go through, but we don't have that. We can't go through in Boulder Dash Construction Set. We can't go through to the other side. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the entrance door right there. So Pac-Man, it goes like this. You have okay, so then we're going to take our indoor and we're going to put it right here. So if we wanted to just quickly test this, we could press T. And it would show us Rockford coming in from that side. And then we have the first one, right? And where exit door will be on the other side. So, and we'll have a couple bombs in here. We'll make like Pac-Man, but it's Rockford. Anyway, so let's we'll go back and we'll finish off this side. One thing I wanted to show, because I just had a little bit of a problem here, but I wanted to show is in Atari and in Steam, you can do save states. In Atari, the save state is here. You go to memory and you go to save, and I have a Boulder save right now that I can save every once in a while. While I was just playing the level, it locked up, and I couldn't figure out why. And so I saved the state and came back in, and then I just waited for the timer to run out, and it let me get back from testing the level. I don't know exactly how you get out of a level if you don't set a timer. I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to test it right now again, just for that reason. But save state saved my butt. Now in here, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to M, or menu, and then we are going to save the cave that we've been creating as Jeff 1. Right. And we're going to save it again as Jeff 1 BAK. It doesn't exist, so it's not going to say that. Okay. So let's go back to, whoops, it's putting stuff on the screen we don't want. Okay, here, so we're back over here again. We have the top of our map, and then we have what looks like the side of Pac-Man. You'll see it when we go out. And then over here, we don't mirror the top. We have our own little setting over here. It looks a little different. So there's a reverse L. There's a kind of an upside L right here. Oops, we haven't picked what we're building with yet. We're going to build with that. So right here we start with a reverse L. We go over. Oops. Go back again. It's a little tricky. The mouse movement being so touchy. Come out. We're starting to make the Pac-Man maze. I'm going to stop recording now. I'll start recording more when we get to different parts done, so you don't have to watch me construct the whole thing, but I just wanted to show the basics of using Boulder Dash Construction Kit. We'll come back when we have a full maze, and we'll attempt to do some other things with this. Okay, so I've been building on here, and I built the bottom of the maze. Looks a lot like Pac-Man, like when we put the diamonds in the spot. So let's go F for full screen again. You can see we're getting to a bunch of the Pac-Man maze. We're going to put an outdoor. Let me show you where we're going to put the outdoor while we're doing this. So out will only happen after we collect all the diamonds. This actually, so the wall of the maze goes up all the way to the top. So let's do that now also. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put an outdoor. I don't think we're going to use a hidden one. I'm not sure that, well, I do kind of know the difference right here, but actually we're going to put it right on, we'll put it right here. I thought we may put it on this wall, but we'll put it right here for now. And so when we go back out again and look at this, we're getting closer to the Pac-Man map. And now I'm going to save this, and then I'm going to design some more and come back and we'll take a look at it. Okay, so we're back. I finished all the walls of this maze. And so let me go to F full screen and we'll see that on the left half we have pretty much the Pac-Man maze. We have an indoor and an outdoor. We have 4 diamonds. We are going to do a couple more things here to make it more Boulder Dash-like. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to give you, and I think this will work, we'll put a free Rockford where you would pick up your key or your fruit. And then we'll make it very simple with this without any of the slime and things like that. Maybe in another episode we get better at this. But for an initial level, what you want to do with the rocks is you want to be able to, oh, look, I missed this right here. Okay, so let's go back and finish the design a little bit with these two. So after playing a little bit more Boulder Dash, I noticed that if you're going to have a rock you really want is almost like Dig Dug, where something like this, where if you got to watch out for your rocks right here, where you're going to turn and then that rock's going to fall. And when you make this, you're moving up here like this with Rockford, and that rock's about to fall. Once you go by, you want to make sure you don't get hit by it. So we'll put a couple little things in like that. This isn't going to be a difficult level, but we'll try it. Let's see, we'll put one right here. Let's see, and at any other places we might put one in. Maybe we put one in someplace where you turn and then it can fall on you. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if designed a place where this Pac-Man design really works to have a lot of rocks around. And I don't know how dangerous they're going to be, but you know, this could be an easy level. Let's see, because you can't, if a rock falls, it's going to fall on you if you try to. Let's just leave it like that. And then we have an exit. And there's a lot of things you can change about this. So let's save it and let's look at some of the options you have for the game when you're creating a level. So we'll press M. We're going to go back and we're going to save our cave. And this is still Jeff 1. And yes. And then we have save again. Okay, does it? Jeff 1 PAK. So the instructions say we're going to set up the timers is what we're going to do. That's right here. Okay, cave delay. Okay, so cave time, and then diamonds needed 5. Okay, so it's interesting because it says on here. We'll just do this cave delay. I'm not sure what this delay is, but we're going to make it low. Make 5. Okay. How do I move to the next timer? Okay. Okay. So it says diamonds needed 5. So we're going to put another diamond in the middle, like this. And then let's check this out. Okay, so let's escape. So let's go back to our game here. We'll get another diamond. And we're going to replace where we have Rockford with a diamond. That'll be our 5th diamond. And then the out will turn into an outdoor. Let's do one other thing. So let's put a couple, let's add just a couple little elements to this game that are more Boulder Dash-like. Let's put one of these, guys in here that kind of chases you a little bit. I don't know if they chase you or not, but we'll put this guy. We'll put one of these guys in, I don't know, in here. I don't know if this is going to do anything. I want to put something under the rock too. So we got that one, and then we have when the rock falls, I think it's supposed to hit one of these and it turns into extra diamonds you can collect. So let's see. we'll put it right here. And then we'll add a slime. We'll add a slime or an amoeba. Let's add a slime. I don't know. Maybe it grows. It'll make this game really weird. But let's put a slime somewhere down here. Okay. Now what we're gonna do, is we're gonna save this and we're gonna end our test of making a level here. All right. To make the final preparations for playing the game that we're creating, I played a little bit around with this offline over the last few hours to try and figure out exactly what's going on. I figured out how to make some better levels. We're going to leave the levels as is. I did create a second cave that's based on the Miss Pac-Man maze. I added it as Jeff 2. And then I figured out that to play, we need to create a game sequence. And what I did was I made a copy of the current game sequence as called Game 1. Then when you create a sequence, it's all the files, caves on the disk you create, and in the left column you have the caves in the sequence, and you have which Jeff 1 is the first one, and then in the next column it's yes or no that we're going to play this one, and then the final column is one for you to choose. So I already did this. I created a Jeff game sequence that has Cave 1, Jeff Cave 1, Jeff Cave 2, or Jeff 1 and Jeff 2. And then a bunch of caves are already on the disk. And then there's a final intermission that was created. This is just so I have one that's working. And so we're editing this one for now. This one's done. And now let's load back in and let's play it. And let's see if we can get our 2 caves to work. First one based on Pac-Man. The second one based on Miss Pac-Man. I switched over just as I was playing around to be using the Peter Pereira's hard disk version. That actually isn't necessary. This could have been done with the disk version. Just know that in Atari, in an STX file, if you save to it, it's actually saving to a separate file because it uses virtual saving. It's better to use the hard drive version either on a emulator, just because you could be saving directly to a GEM-DOS hard drive or to hard drive files. It doesn't do the virtual drive saving. In any case, that still could be mitigated in the emulator. You could have it not save virtually, but that's what I was doing. So I don't have the files that I created directly on a game disk. I have them on my backup disk. So let's go into GEM now in Steam and let's get this up and running. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, this shows me what's on my disk here. And so we are going to open up, we'll put my disk A, this is my save disk. And we're going to go into the GEM-DOS hard drive. We're going to click on, we're going to find the game. Boulder Dash Construction said, interesting to note that Peter Pereira has also created a version of Boulder Dash using Boulder Dash Construction Kit that is the original Boulder Dash. So the only place you can find the original Boulder Dash on the Atari ST, officially or unofficially, is in this Peter Pereira version called Boulder Dash D, well, Boulder D. Right here, Boulder D. That one is the original Boulder Dash you recreated, which is really cool. We're going to go to Boulder K, which is Boulder Dash Construction Kit. And first thing we're going to do is make sure that the Jeff game is copied to the backup disk, because I just edited that. It's going to ask me if I want to override it. It will in a second. And let's just copy. All right, so now here's the big test. Can we get it to load in Jeff game and play? It loads it in. Now, if we try and start it, it works. So this is the Pac-Man maze, and we're entering. Interesting. I don't. Okay. Oops. We have to watch out. Oh, we can get up here. Oh, I blew it up. not easy. In fact, I think these are real. I think I've made some of the hardest levels. Let's try this one again. And nothing will chase me in this. I figured out how to make things chase you. The caves have to be open. And so if I did open up around, like, for instance... Oh, well, it blew me up again, too. If you open up space, then these guys will chase you. Luckily, we're not doing that yet, but it makes for an interesting change on the Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man style game where you don't get chased unless you open up the cave. So let's try one more time at this one. So we're not going to try and die this time. Okay, so we're going up here. Okay. And that tells me that I've got enough. Ooh, I just got hit by that boulder. That tells me I've got enough of them to finish out. If I run over here. Now let's go to the next maze that I created, which is a copy of the Miss Pac-Man maze. This one's much harder. You start actually in one of the exits. I slowed this one down a little bit. One of the selections you have is to speed up and slow down the level. This one slowed down a little bit just because I was playing around with the settings, not for any real reason. Doesn't need to be slow. I need to get into there. I need to get that one. Ooh, and then we can exit, and we finished both the levels we created. And now we get to the levels that they created, which are much more traditional Boulder Dash levels. So that's it. So we made a thing. Let's make a thing. Let's make a thing! Yeah! Like I said, it's not a tutorial, but you can follow along with what I did. I'll put links up to where I found to download the instructions. Make some levels. I may make a few more and put on a disc, and when I get my disc created, I'll put the disc up for download. If anyone wants to play the levels I created, great. And now I kind of know how to swap out the game for game one and have it auto load, so I can probably create a disc that's just my games now that I know how to manipulate this disc. So possibly I will have already done that before this video comes out, and make a whole bunch of other levels or just swap my levels, and we'll see. Okay, until next time, into the vertical blank.
An 8-Bit Rocket Studios production.